found a new gear this year and she's showing the academic results to prove it. We know the quiet hours she's put in.
Tom is thriving. He's really settled into his new boarding house, made great friends. I mean, he talks too much, but I imagine that comes as a little surprise to you.
Her hockey is impressive and the county call-up was completely deserved. She made us all very proud that day.
His success with the debating team has definitely boosted his confidence in the classroom as well.
But the most obvious thing,
And the most important thing
is that she's very happy at Worth.
is that he is very happy at Worth.
Izzy's found a new gear this year and she's showing the academic results to prove it. We know the quiet hours she's put in.
Tom is thriving. He's really settled into his new boarding house, made great friends. I mean, he talks too much, but I imagine that comes as a little surprise to you.
Her hockey is impressive and the county call-up was completely deserved. She made us all very proud that day.
His success with the debating team has definitely boosted his confidence in the classroom as well.
But the most obvious
And
thing
the most important thing
is that she's very happy at Worth.
is that he is very happy at Worth.
Good afternoon and welcome to East Grinstead Hockey Club. This is the first game of our men's season against Exeter University versus our East Grinstead men's first team. If you tuned in yesterday, you would have seen a great win for our ladies ones on their first game of their England Hockey League campaign, beating the University of Birmingham 2-1 in the final minute. It was a thrilling game to watch, so I hope you tuned into that one. You're watching East Grinstead Hockey Club TV on a beautiful Sunday morning. Excited to get this season underway after a successful pre-season for both teams. They last met during a pre-season tournament at Surbiton Hockey Club in the Young Ones Championship, where East Grinstead were the victors on that day. So the women's game yesterday, I'll just give you a bit more information on that one. EG welcomed the University of Birmingham and unfortunately went 1-0 down in the first half. But with a goal from Courtney Hansford, they went into half-time 1-1. And with a closely fought second half, Chloe Brown scored a winner in the final minute from a short corner to get the girls' campaign off to an absolutely flying start. Let's hope the boys can follow suit today with another win against a university side in the top league in England. Okay, so we have the team list sorted for you now. I will run through them. For East Grinstead, number 1, the goalkeeper, Richard Curtis, starts in goal. Number 3 today is Charlie Taylor. Number 5 is Daniel Faulkner. Daniel Faulkner is the captain, and it's great to see him back on the hockey pitch after a long spell of injury last season. Then number 6, fresh off the Commonwealth Games, we have Lewis Prosser. Number 7, we welcome Keith Turner. Number 10, Tom Crowson, who is an exciting new signing for our club this season. Number 12, Sam Hatherley. Number 13, Finlay Boothwood, again fresh from the Commonwealth Games with Canada. Number 14 is Johnny Fleck. Number 15, that is our captain, Simon Faulkner. We'll have a laugh about that later, I'm sure. Number 16 is Ben Mackey. Number 17 is Luke Mobley. Number 18 is Alistair Cliff. Number 21 is Michael Wood. And number 22 is Ross Stott. Then moving over to the University of Exeter men's first team. In goal, we've got Matt Whiteside. Number 8 is Billy Collins. Number 16, who is one of a couple of freshers playing for Exeter today, is Connor Sine. Number 10 is the captain, Jacob Payton. Number 19 is Jake Phillips. Number 20 is Jamie Taylor. Charlie Taylor, who's playing on East Grinstead's younger brother, so that will be a good lineup to keep an eye out for. Number 6, we've got Joe Mallett. Number 17, Lewis Wiltshire, nicknamed Nemo for his flash of orange hair, so keep an eye out for him. Number 11 is Louis Ridge. Number 7 is Ben Fox. Number 9 is Nick Nurse. Number 14, we've got another fresher, Ollie Drummond. Number 13, we've got Ollie Shelton. Number 22, we've got one of the only 2 veterans of the team, Paddy Hunter. Joining him is Seb Ansley at number 21. And number 12 is the final fresher. And lastly is the final name of the team sheet is Will Petter, number 12, who is also a fresher for Exeter Uni. Their coaches, who we welcome, are Harry Jones, and manager is Simon Tyson. So as we get ready for pushback here at East Grinstead, we will play some adverts from our sponsors this year. We've got some very exciting new partnerships at the club to hopefully send us on a successful season this year.
The world is constantly in motion, moving fast, and it all runs on data. By the power of technology, we bring people together, wherever they are, and keep the data they depend on flowing round the clock. Our data center, cloud and mobility solutions support business-critical functions in the most innovative and demanding sectors, from genetic science and cancer research to autonomous vehicles and space exploration. We build automated data centers, driving sustainable energy, helping to conserve our planet. Our technology connects you to the data and the people you need, safely, securely, and reliably. Focus, powering your digital transformation.
Cisco Meraki began with the pursuit of revolutionary new technology. 100% cloud-managed IT.
Basically, an entire network under a single pane of glass.
After more than a decade in business, Meraki continues to innovate, delivering the simplest, most powerful solutions around.
Helping our customers stay ahead of the curve as demands continue to grow.
This means that wireless is expertly designed and engineered, optimized for the real world.
Which means a better user experience, and it's easier to set up.
Meraki's best-in-class network security is updated automatically, giving you a powerful defense and peace of mind.
So no matter the vulnerability, we're always working to keep you covered.
And ambitious goals don't require cumbersome tools and a team of experts to achieve.
So you can finally get rid of all of these.
Now your networks can be configured in minutes, even for hundreds of sites around the world.
Wait, really?
Yes, really. Plus, you can manage your networks from anywhere.
Seriously, Dad?
I was just trying to finish something up.
Today, IT isn't just racks and cables in a server room. It's working with sales, marketing, and the C-suite to solve business problems. It's intelligent insights giving you an edge in decision-making. It's giving you time back to focus on the work that really matters. It's powerful technology for everyone. So get smart and work simple.
Hello and welcome back to East Grinstead Hockey Club. If you have just joined us, exciting 2 hours ahead of us. We have East Grinstead men's first team in their first league game of the season against the University of Exeter men's first team. We are 2 minutes away from pushback here on a sunny but somehow still cold Sunday afternoon. As you can see on the far banks, the crowd has started to form. As we look over to the right there is the East Grinstead Faithful, the famous supporting club for East Grinstead Hockey Club. They would have been here yesterday supporting our women's first team, who got off to a flyer as they beat the University of Birmingham 2-1 in a closely fought encounter. Ahead of the match, we welcome our umpires for today, with Martin Twist and Campbell Riemann blowing the game for us, with our TD being Rich Barter for today's game. And a special mention must go to our kit sponsors for this year, O'Neill's. It's the first time we've used this brand, and I can say myself, they produce some lovely kit. I myself am wearing a nice quarter zip from them this afternoon, and a very warm puffer jacket, functional and stylish. As we get close to pushback, you can see the two teams lining up, ready for a walkout. So as first day of the season, all 12 teams are in action today at 2 o'clock. 6 different games going on all over the country, and results will be coming in thick and fast just after 3:30. So an exciting game, exciting day to see how all the teams are going to fare early on this season. The University of Exeter will be playing in green, and as you are watching, we'll be shooting from left to right, whereas East Grinstead will be styling that nice new O'Neill's kit in the blue and white, shooting from right to left. A few comments on the kit so far. Players are loving it, fits nice and tight. Dan Faulkner is enjoying how it's tight along his arms to show off his gains over the summer. I've had a couple of mentions that it looks quite Dutch or even German. So long as we play like the Dutch and German today, I think we'll be just fine. So this is a particularly exciting game for me. I finished my studies at Exeter University last year and have joined the faithful of East Grinstead this year for a very exciting season. And so this game is going to be, I think, a closely fought encounter, a lot of passion, but I've got to back the boys. I think East Grinstead, maybe with a slightly slow start, are going to come through. I'm going to call it as 3-1 to East Grinstead. Hopefully the boys can bring it home just by outclassing and just moving the ball around these student hockey players who are full of a lot of talented individuals. Just as the teams walk out now, you can see that blue and white O'Neill's kit on the right-hand side of your screen. You see there Charlie Taylor and Jamie Taylor clash hands, the two brothers going up against each other today. One is a forward and the other one is a defender, so they'll be directly lined up. Looks for an exciting battle. And once again, a huge thank you to Martin Twistle and Camden Riemann for umpiring today's game. No doubt they've travelled a long way to get here, so thank you very much to them. And again, a thank you to everyone behind the scenes at East Grinstead. All the technical work to bring you this live stream takes a lot of time and effort, and is a great setup here at East Grinstead, something that we can offer to allow everyone around the country and the world to watch our men's first team in hopefully what will be a successful season this year. As you can just see, those in the pink bibs, they are the Ball Patrol today. Another big thank you to them. They're giving up their time to not only watch some good hockey, but supply the balls, making sure the game is kept nice and quick. It is very clear Exeter will be wanting a fast-paced game, being told they've done a lot of fitness at the start of this season, so they will be looking to run EG ragged, whereas EG will be looking to control the game with quality on the ball and good decision-making. Despite the flares in the background, that is EG faithful at its best, giving our team their unwavering support. Okay, so Exeter have pushback. They will start with the ball, and they'll be shooting left to right in green. And we are off. The 2022-2023 season in the Men's Premier League has started. Exeter with a very early goal there. Looked to play quickly straight down the middle and got a touch in the D early on. Louis Ridge, I believe, is the goal scorer, number 11, with a great first-time finish. Not much the EG keeper, Richard Curtis, could do about that. EG will be looking to get control of this game pretty quickly, just by keeping this ball, looking to reset after that early goal they have conceded. Some pressure now from EG in the Exeter's right-hand corner, seeing if they can win the ball high to get an early reply in response to that goal. Good overhead there from Nick Nurse, finds Jake Payton in the middle of the park. Great tackle there by Tom Crowson. Good to see him on the East Grinstead pitch. A very exciting new signing ahead of this season. Showing his worth there defensively. As a midfielder, he's a bit of a workhorse, will be going up and down the pitch, impacting the game in both Ds. Once again, pressure from the East Grinstead forwards, putting the Exeter back line under a lot of pressure early doors. At the moment, they're coping with it quite well, but we'll see how that plays on throughout the game. Finn showing his pace there, and what a chance that was. Much better from East Grinstead, keeping the ball, moving it about a lot better. Just strong forehand-to-forehand passes. Allowed our midfield to play forwards, and Finn with that close shot, showing his pace to get in the D, and a good forehand shot just wide of the post. Just confirmation of Exeter's goal scorer there. It was number 11, Louis Ridge. A great start for the season for him. Okay, East Grinstead now applying some pressure. Good chance there by Sam Hatherley. Move the ball around the back really well there, East Grinstead, to get a good shot on target. Ball in from Simon Faulkner, blocked well by Exeter as they look to counter-attack down the left-hand side. Good pressure on the ball there by East Grinstead. Unlucky to get a stick block as Exeter look to play quickly. Good skills by number 13, Ollie Shelton, as Exeter get in the D again. But it's cleared up beautifully by Ali Cliff. And one back by Exeter. And a free hit is awarded. East Grinstead survive that bout of pressure from Exeter as they just look to slow the game down and control the ball. Strong challenge in the middle by Exeter as they look to counter-attack. Down this right, Louis Ridge, the goal scorer on the ball, looks to get in the D. And a good save clearance by Richard Curtis. Louis Ridge again looking dangerous down that right-hand side. East Grinstead turn the ball over And Finn showing his pace down this left-hand side. Can he retain the ball? Exeter win it back clearly. Okay, Exeter retain, East Grinstead retain possession here. Looking to put some more pressure on that Exeter defence. Exeter's first subs coming on. Joe Mallet, number 6, into midfield, and Connor Sine, number 16, in at the back. Connor Sine making his Premier League debut. As a first year at the university, it'll be good to see how he gets on. CG look to play quickly. They get the foul for not being 5, and again look to build this pressure in the Exeter half. Sam Hatherley rolling out for a back 5. And that pass from Keith is just out of reach of Michael Wood. Woody needs to put on a bit of pace there. Keith obviously thought he was quicker than he actually is. Mike Wood is another one of our new signings this year. Very exciting player who has just finished his studies at the University of Birmingham and last year played at Brooklands Manchester University side in the Premier League. He was a key part of their squad last year and is looking to up his game again by moving to East Grinstead this year. Joining him are Luke Mobley, who is number 17, and Johnny Fleck, number 14, who are both alumni from the University of Birmingham as well. An exciting cohort joining East Grinstead from Birmingham this year, alongside Pippa Locke from our women's side. So there's been some good recruitment this year, making it a very exciting season for all involved. There he is, Luke Mobley on the ball, passing it outright. Lewis Prosser does well to retain the ball in the middle of the pitch. Again, East Grinstead looking just to control this ball at the moment, build pressure, see if there's any weak links in this Exeter defence, which at the moment is holding firm. Testing touch there for Ben Mackey. And a good turnover by Exeter as they look to play quickly. Umpire calls it back for a free hit. So in the first 10 minutes or so, after a whirlwind start with Exeter scoring within the first 30 seconds, it's been a much more equal game since then, with East Grinstead controlling most of the possession, but Exeter looking threatening on the break. I think East Grinstead would be very happy to go into the break at 1-1. And back on level terms. As Johnny Fleck, the Birmingham alumni, looks to carry forwards, and it's turned over by Tim Nurse, who finds a captain, Jacob Payton, and a great tackle there by Sam Hatherley. And finds Laney in space. Good turnover again by Exeter with Tim Nurse on the ball. Looks to ship it long. And that will be an Exeter ball. Just waiting to see whether it's a free hit or a long corner. It's a free hit about halfway, which allows East Grinstead to get back into their defensive line. Good play by Exeter down this near side as they look to advance and apply some pressure of their own in the last couple of minutes of this first quarter here at East Grinstead. Good defensive work here by Johnny Fleck, one of our exciting new forwards at East Grinstead. Exeter win a free hit and look to go quickly. And a free hit for not going 5 before the ball goes in the D. East Grinstead 16. Long overhead by Simon, trying to find Laney. And just too far. Simon must have been hitting the gym too much over the summer. Either that or Laney's just lost a yard of pace in his old age. Probably the latter. Great pick there again by Louis Ridge, who's had a great start to this game, scoring that early goal, and he has looked very dangerous going forwards. Well, one down in the corner there by Charlie Taylor under pressure, and has just rolled it on a foot to allow East Grinstead to clear this pressure as they move the ball to this near side. Ali Cliff on the ball. Plays it down the line to Finn. And that's a good tackle by Ollie Drummond in Exeter kit. Well covered there by Ross Stott, as he finds Lewis. And then is controlled by Laney as he plays forward to Tom Crowson. East Grinstead looking to get a circle entry in the last minutes. Oh, and a great ball across by Luke Mobley with a diving Tom Crowson, seeing if he could get a touch on the end of that. But ball went all the way through for an Exeter 16. Good turn in midfield by Lewis Wiltshire as he connects with a fellow midfielder, Ben Fox, and Exeter come down this right-hand side. Again, good defensive work by East Grinstead. Exeter sideline. As Exeter try and make their way upfield, you can hear the EG faithful in the background. We are always thankful for their support, their unwavering support through wind, rain, cold. They're always there with their flares, flags, and chants, cheering on this fresh-looking East Grinstead side as they look to equalise before quarter time. East Grinstead take down that overhead as they look to play forwards in the last minute of the first quarter, seeing if they can equalise on that early goal by Louis Ridge in the first 30 seconds of the game. Unlucky foot there by Ben Mackey. In the dying moments of this first quarter, Exeter have the ball deep in their half. Well swept up there by Simon Faulkner as he wins that foul. Have to say, apart from that first 30 seconds, East Grinstead's defence has looked very good, very strong, with the Faulkner brothers tying up the loose ends in the middle of the pitch. And as we go into quarter time, it is 1-0 Exeter, still leading from that early goal by Louis Ridge. I think Exeter will obviously be over the moon by going into this first quarter 1-0 up. East Grinstead, despite that first 30 seconds, have looked good and have looked to control the game really well and had at least 2 clear-cut chances at goal. So despite being frustrated, I think they have showed a lot of promise. Just need to look if we can create more outcomes in that final third. Yet to have a short corner. Be good if we could look to win a foot in that D. Test out the Exeter's new keeper. And while O'Neill's is our official kit sponsor for the year, STX is our official stick sponsor this year. STX is a really exciting hockey brand who make quality sticks. They were testing them down at the club a couple of weeks ago. And I myself tried them out and was pleased by the touch and the feel of those sticks, especially. So it's a really exciting partnership that we have with them. And I believe East Grinstead are now the testing centre of Europe for STX. So a really exciting partnership as we move forward into this season. As we see both teams coming out for the second quarter, East Grinstead need to be careful of another fast start from Exeter from this set play. As you can see at the bottom of our screen, our physio, Prash, very experienced physio, is just having a look at one of our players. Hopefully Laney is okay to play on. I think that might have been his chasing after the long overhead by Simon Faulkner. Those hamstrings aren't quite what they used to be, perhaps. Prash, not to worry, Prash will soon sort him out. He is a quality physio, and it's great to have him on board. As Mackey plays forwards down this left-hand side really well. Charlie's in the D, looks to win a corner. Sam Hatherley in front of goal. And a great save by Matthew Whiteside, the Exeter keeper. Promising stuff by East Grinstead early in this second quarter. As Seb Ansley shows a massive aerial and is very skillfully brought down by Daniel Faulkner. Showing a bit of class and keeping up his skills as he does so. Exciting start to this this second quarter as Ben Mackey has the ball in midfield. Charlie Taylor getting on the ball a lot, but Exeter win a turnover. East Grinstead now taking the pace slightly out of the game, looking to control the ball again. Looking to move this ball around the back. Good to see them controlling the pace of the game. Would be good if we got a bit more tempo so we can move that extra defence a little bit more. Well watched overhead there by the young Ollie Drummond. Another Exeter fresher in this team. Looked very assured under that high ball. East Grinstead win the ball and move it out onto the help side very well. And a searching ball forward does not find its target by Mike Wood. A great start, I think, from the second quarter for this East Grinstead side. Looking to get that equaliser from, again, that early goal scored by Exeter. Great pick from the overhead there by Finn as East Grinstead win it high up the pitch. But well mopped up by Lewis Wiltshire, aka Nemo. Strong challenge there by Exeter. East Grinstead have it in the circle. And a short corner is won with cheers from East Grinstead faithful. The first corner of the game. As Dan Faulkner gets a call from our coach, Dave Beckett, as he runs up to inform the penalty corner team. I think we'll see a flick off the top, testing that keeper in the goal. Fingers crossed. Have Simon Faulkner on the left castle, Ben Mackey on the right castle. Both good, strong drag flickers. My money is on Simon Faulkner, bottom left. There he is. Absolutely superb flick from Simon Faulkner. A huge welcome back as he returns from injury and scoring a goal on his first game back is an absolute beauty. Beaten for pace down the middle of the goal. Not much Matthew Whiteside could do about that. East Grinstead draw level, 1-1. Good overhead there by Jamie Taylor and well brought down by Paddy Hunter. Absolute outrage from the East Grinstead faithful as Paddy Hunter, number 22, is shown a yellow card. That means he'll be sat down for at least 5 minutes, could be up to 10 minutes. I'll get confirmation of that soon. That challenge seems to have ignited the East Grinstead faithful as they are now loud in voice as Daniel Faulkner wins the ball and just looks to settle on it. Can East Grinstead make the most of this one-player advantage? As they look to move it down the left-hand side. An easy gain into the final third, but the final pass not quite there as they look to set up high. Big overhead from Janie Taylor. Does it find its mark this time? East Grinstead on the ball in their own half as they look to promote up the pitch. Simon Faulkner, the goal scorer, connecting with Ben Mackey in midfield. East Grinstead are moving the ball well at the moment. As Tom Crowson gets subbed on for Ben Mackey. Direct overhead, find its mark. Unlucky East Grinstead. Not 5 under the overhead, so it's an Exeter ball. Ross Stott showing a bit of muscle in midfield. As Nick Nurse skillfully wins a free hit as he moves forward. On the ball again. Exeter are managing, being a player down very well at the moment, not giving away any cheap chances. Although it's turned over in midfield. And then again by Joe Mallet as he looks to play forwards. Oh, and a great ball by Connor Symes and a touch by Joe Mallet. He started the move and almost finished in a goal. However, East Grinstead have conceded a penalty corner. It will be exciting to see Exeter's corner routine this year. They lost their main corner threats last year to other clubs in the Premier League, so it'll be good to see this fresh-looking penalty corner routine from Exeter. Can East Grinstead keep it out to maintain the score as 1-1? Lewis Wiltshire, number 17, and Ollie Drummond lining up at the top. My money is low and hard from Lewis Wiltshire on the right castle. They look to run a routine, and Ollie Drummond gets it on his backhand, and a horrible deflection sends the ball high, lobbing Richard Curtis in goal. Can't help but feel a little bit hard done by that goal. However, it doesn't matter how they go in. Does it say scream on the score sheet? It is back to 2-1. Exeter restored their 1-goal lead, despite being a man down. Exeter are looking to bring back on their Simbin player as they return to their full team. Not 5 there from Exeter. Keith stood under that high ball, took it well. Simon Faulkner back on the ball as Exeter make East Grinstead, make the most of the last couple of seconds with a man up. As Mike Wood plays forward, Johnny Fleck does really well to retain the ball. As he wins that free hit, I believe. Umpire's just having a conversation, yes, and it's East Grinstead ball. And Exeter, they're back to full numbers now. Louis Ridge, pressuring the ball now, has come on for the Simbin player of Paddy Hunter. Makes it a critical defensive touch as East Grinstead look to build some pressure now. This is better from East Grinstead, as you see players rolling from a 4 to a back 5, trying to move that defensive unit of Exeter around, see if there is any openings. So Lewis Prosser plays the ball back out. Simon pauses on the ball, and a great low left hand from Jake Bayton. Sees a counter-attack going forwards quickly, and a great touch there from Sam Hatherley to stop that particular threat. Can he now control the ball? And Sam does very, very well there too. Just secure possession, win that free hit. After that dangerous looking Exeter Uni counter-attack. Good work by Tom down this left-hand side. Strong challenge. Sees East Grinstead free hit just inside the 25. Ball looks to be played in by Johnny Fleck, but deemed dangerous by the umpire, so it's a free hit out, Exeter ball. That is something we've spoken quite a lot about over pre-season, seeing if we can get the ball into the D nice and early. Johnny Fleck trying to do that, just unsuccessful this time. Well picked up there by Mike Wood in midfield. So Luke manages to secure possession again as East Grinstead build this pressure. Still 2-1 after a penalty corner goal from Exeter by Ollie Drummond. Again, Johnny Fleck finding himself in that bottom left corner. Tries to play the ball in again early. Thought they won a short corner there, but Exeter controlled that very well as they look to play out. Good tackle, Mike Wood. Unlucky, Exeter sideline. Paddy Hunter, fresh off a 5-minute breather, is back on the ball. Good disruption there by Ross Stott. In midfield as East Grinstead again win this ball. Look to play down this left side quickly. And a good corner won there by Johnny Fleck. There it is. Winning the ball early, playing forwards, getting into that D. Results in a short corner. Superbly won there by Johnny Fleck. As we see Ross Stott coming off. Got a yellow card, I believe, so that is 5 minutes off. I think the umpire signalled for him kicking the ball away, which is frustrating after doing some good work in midfield. That'll be interesting to see how East Grinstead play with a man down and how Exeter look to exploit that extra space on the pitch. But for now, East Grinstead, short corner. Still got Simon Faulkner at the top, but this time we have Keith Turner in the right-hand castle. The towering figure can flick the ball very hard. Be good to see if he unleashes his power. Simon Faulkner again, what a flick, has also collided with the one runner, a carbon copy of his first goal. This time it was bottom left. Absolutely superb flick from Simon Faulkner, taking his tally to 2 in 2 quarters. A great start to his campaign as he draws East Grinstead level 2-2. Exeter Uni taking the full 45 seconds just to reset as they look to get a bit of composure after a big amount of pressure from East Grinstead. A reminder, East Grinstead is still one man down. Can Exeter Uni make the most of that? Well cleared up by Dan Faulkner. As the ball is given away and Exeter look to come forwards. Ali Cliff controls the ball with a lot of pressure on him in this bottom right corner. And he does very well to win that ball, giving Simon Faulkner on the ball a little bit of time. 30 seconds left in this quarter. Simon Faulkner plays forwards. And the ball runs out for an Exeter long 16, sorry. Only a couple seconds left on the clock. This quarter isn't over just yet. Can Exeter get one more opportunity? As they look to play forwards. Clock is counting down and East Grinstead win the ball back. Exeter win it back high. They're surely looking to play it in the D. And Ben Fox with those silky skills down the left-hand side wins a short corner for Exeter in the dying seconds of this first half. East Grinstead, I feel like it is critical for them to keep this out, as they've worked so hard to get level again. And there's a whistle. This will be the last action of the first half. Scores are 2-2. Can East Grinstead keep this out to go into the break level? Ollie Drummond and Lewis Wiltshire at the top. A shift left, gives space for Drummond on the right. A mistrap from the top. The ball is still live. And East Grinstead successfully keep that out. You can breathe a sigh of relief. Scores are levelled at 2-2. Well played, East Grinstead. Hello and welcome to East Grinstead. You join us at half-time in the first league game of this year's season. Exeter versus East Grinstead. Exeter got off to a flying start, scoring in the first 10 seconds with Louis Ridge putting away a first-time shot very clinically. Then East Grinstead looked to control the ball and got a goal back from a Simon Faulkner short corner. Very briefly after that, Exeter then equalised with a penalty corner of their own. Ollie Drummond scored that goal somewhat frustratingly for East Grinstead's penalty corner routine, as it got deflection and just looped over East Grinstead's keeper, Richard Curtis. But then as East Grinstead built pressure towards the end of that second half, they managed to earn themselves an equaliser with 5 minutes to go, with another Simon Faulkner penalty corner. Two very good flicks from the East Grinstead captain means that the score is tied at 2-2. I have with me Harriet Mitchell, who is a player for the East Grinstead Ladies 1's first team, fresh off a win yesterday. Harriet, hello.
Hello.
Just make sure that is on. There you go. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Enjoying the game. It's a very exciting watch. Exeter are a very quick and fairly fluid team in their structure, so it makes for very exciting attacks forward and quite a hard defence for East Grinstead to get a hold of.
Yeah, they look well organised, but then dangerous on the break, don't they, with that pace going forwards?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're always going to find that from university sides. They're fresh off 6 to 8 weeks of pre-season, where I'm sure they've been doing a lot of fitness, so they are incredibly quick. But East Grinstead are managing it well with their defensive structure and communication from the Faulkner boys at the back.
Yeah, very, very good. It is something that Exeter, having spoken to their coach just before the game, look to concentrate on this year at pre-season, is being fit, being fast, being direct. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can keep that up through the second half. Perhaps that might be what makes a difference with the teams. If Exeter can keep up that pressure and that pace going forwards, then we could be in for a very exciting second half. Hopefully, though, East Grinstead will just control the ball and show their class by keeping the ball, moving forwards, and getting some outcomes in that final third. But Harriet, how was your game yesterday?
Yeah, it was somewhat frustrating from our perspective. We played Birmingham a couple of weeks ago and the score was slightly different. We came into the game thinking it would be a bit like this game in a sense, in that Birmingham have a lot of legs. They're very, very quick, very direct, and we needed to come in and be calm from the beginning. And I think we were quite rattled in the first half, but we settled into it, and we've put away some good finishes, and especially that finish at the end, which we celebrated.
It was a very exciting game yesterday. That final minute winner from Chloe Brown, giving the East Grinstead girls a great start to the season. Although I think you often find that, don't you, with the university side? They're quick, direct, which can be their downfall at times, but also makes them really, really dangerous.
It makes them dangerous on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
I think they struggled to get through us when they were in set-up outlet play, because we pressed well against them. But when they got quick breaks from the halfway line, running 50 metres with the ball, that's when it becomes a foot race, and quite hard to keep up sometimes.
With those young guns in the university side. But you yourself, Harriet, went to Birmingham. Was it good to see any of those girls? Do you recognise any of them from your time there?
Yeah, so I left Birmingham in 2019, so I think it's the first year. Actually, no, there was one girl playing that I played with at uni, but it's the first year where I felt very old because I didn't know anyone in the team.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And actually, there's quite a lot of us at East Grinstead that went to Birmingham. There's Sophie Bray, Lydia McDonnell, myself.
Yes, of course. Pippa Locke, who's just joined us. And then a few Birmingham boys on the men's side as well. So it's a good cohort.
Yeah, including yourself.
Including myself, yeah. I went there, I think I was your fresher, wasn't I, Harriet?
You were.
Yeah. Had a few fun bus journeys home. And then, as I've said, I went to Exeter then for a year. So know quite a few of these Exeter boys. And it's good to see them playing a very exciting brand of hockey. It's making for good watching on the sidelines, but it's keeping us on our toes. No relaxing here as the scores are tied 2-2.
Izzy's found a new gear this year, and she's showing the academic results to prove it. We know the quiet hours she's put in.
Tom is thriving. He's really settled into his new boarding house, made great friends. I mean, he talks too much, but I imagine that comes as a little surprise to you.
Her hockey is impressive, and the county call-up was completely deserved. She made us all very proud that day.
His success with the debating team has definitely boosted his confidence in the classroom as well.
But the most obvious thing,
and the most important thing,
is that she's very happy at Worth.
Is that he is very happy at Worth.
Hello, and if you have just joined us, we are midway through East Grinstead men's first team, first game of the season. They are currently tied 2-2 with Exeter. A very exciting second half lined up. Exeter looking to be very dynamic and direct on the break, showing their pace at times, with East Grinstead looking to control the ball. That is going to be the key battle going into this second half, is can Exeter maintain that intensity in which they press and play forwards, and can East Grinstead keep control of that ball, play calmly, and look to get a few more outcomes in that final third. Don't go anywhere. This is a very exciting second half we've got lined up for you. Nothing between the teams so far. I feel like there will be a winner at the end of the 17 minutes. The question is who? Okay, as you can see, the teams are getting set up ahead of this second half here at East Grinstead. Exeter Uni are now shooting from right to left in this final half, with East Grinstead in that fresh O'Neill's kit, shooting from left to right. East Grinstead will have the ball at the start of this second half as we get underway. Once again, thank you for joining us here at East Grinstead Hockey Club TV on YouTube. This is a very exciting season for both men and women as they look to play in the English Premier League hockey. This live stream is excellent, which means you can join us from anywhere in the country or even in the world. I know we often have some viewers from Argentina and Brazil supporting our overseas players. It's a great way to keep in touch with this team as they journey through this league this season. In comparison to the start of the first half, this is a somewhat quiet first couple of minutes, especially in comparison to that goal in the first 5 seconds from Louis Ridge. Mike Wood there taking all the space he can as he takes the ball from the sideline and drifts in field. Got to be careful here as he goes down looking like he jars his knee. But he is fine. As he hobbles off, grimacing, showing us how much pain he's in. So he hobbles off. Prash, our excellent physio, will no doubt take a look at him. Hopefully we'll welcome Woody back to the pitch soon. But Keith comes on. Keith Turner at right back. After some time away from hockey, Keith has returned back to East Grinstead men's first team after a brief stint as a bodybuilder, hence his stature. He is a proper threat from the top. Although the way Simon Faulkner is flicking today, I'm not sure Simon Faulkner is going to want to give up a short corner anytime soon. Exeter win a free hit from an overhead and look to get playing quickly, showing that pace down that right-hand side as Laney has a superb backhand tackle and then finds Charlie Taylor, who plays forwards, showing his pace down that far side, and a good tackle by Exeter as they retain the ball. Mike Woods just received a good pat on the back by Prash. Hopefully that is a good sign as he goes back to the bench. Johnny Fleck then turns the ball over high up the pitch, gets in the D, looks to get the ball across and win a corner. Umpires are having none of it, and Lewis Wiltshire mops up in the D. Again, I feel East Grinstead throughout this first half have had a lot of ball. They've controlled possession. We just need to make sure we can get that outcome in that final third. Quite a few D entries and only 2 corners so far. Those 2 corners have led to 2 superb goals by Simon Faulkner. Can't help but think we need a few more outcomes in that D. Accidental trip there from Exeter as Ali Cliff looks to carry the ball into midfield. Good composure there by Exeter, under a lot of pressure, and managed to win that free hit. Helps him just to control this ball as it is moved down to this near side. Pressure from Laney there causes a turnover. East Grinstead win this ball back in the Exeter half. Great tackle there by Lewis Prosser. An experienced head in this East Grinstead side. Looks to command the middle of the pitch. Had a superb season last year. Really helped East Grinstead's campaign to not only get into that top 6 of the league halfway through, which meant that they were playing against the other top 5 teams in the league, but really helped to shore things up during that second half of the season. Good overhead there by Nick Nurse as Ollie Shelton brings it down and spreads it out wide to Paddy Hunter. Charlie Taylor looking to press this halfback on the near side. He finds himself under a lot of pressure. Can East Grinstead win the ball? And they do not win the ball. A call from the umpire as a stick tackle. That zone there is where East Grinstead are really trying to win the ball. Unsuccessfully on that time, but they are keeping the ball in here, putting ball carrier under a lot of pressure and causing a turnover as Lewis Prosser once again shores things up, keeps the ball. Oh, and Johnny Fleck looks to play early there and doesn't quite find his teammate. I feel like that has been the story of the game so far. East Grinstead looking very promising. It is just that final pass that is just run away from us. As the game goes on, if we can find more of those final passes, more of those connections in that D, I think we should hopefully get this win under our belt as the first game of the season. I don't need to tell you, it is so important to get your season off to a good start. It's been a closely fought game so far, 2-2. A win for either of these teams will be huge as they start the momentum for the first game of the season. Exeter had a very closely fought season last year. Had a very good second half of the season where they managed to escape relegation by 3 points, winning their last game of the season against Brooklands away. I think their highlights of the season were a thumping 9-0 win against Durham away to secure crucial points in that battle for relegation, which ultimately saw Durham University go down into Division 1. But then with the new season, that welcomes Nottingham Uni, another university side, up into the Premier League, which is great to see. And along with them, Reading Hockey Club get back up into the Men's Premier League. They will be playing today at 2 o'clock, and keep tuned to Twitter for all the results, which will be coming in at about 3:30 as Exeter look to play forwards. East Grinstead defence in the D strong as they clear the ball back to halfway line. Good pace from Exeter captain Jacob Payton as he carries dangerously into the D. Umpire thought about giving a corner, but decided against it. And Tom Croton wins a free hit as he looks to carry out defence. Whilst thanking all of the East Grinstead sponsors this year, a mention to Exeter sponsors this year, First Point Equity and Ogia, who are looking very smart on Exeter's kit, as Exeter have a shot which is saved very well by Richard Curtis, and Luke Mobley looks to mop up as he carries out defence. That was a strong shot there by Jake Phillips. Unfortunately, straight at the human wall of Richard Curtis in the East Grinstead goal. In the first 10 minutes or so of this second half, it has been a bit more of a measured game of hockey. Fewer chances. It's been a bit of a battle in midfield. Both teams, I think, are wary of conceding and what that might mean. And so both teams are looking a little bit more measured, a little bit more controlled, and there's less of those double turnovers. They're just looking to spend time on the ball and create that pressure. Best chance of the half is the one that we've just seen by Jake Phillips. A good first-time hit from the top of the D, but again, a great save from Richard Curtis. Scores are still locked at 2-2. Good strong tackle there by Keith. Stops that Exeter attack in its tracks as Ross Stott is back on the ball in midfield, looks to play a searching ball forwards, mopped up very well by Nick Nurse, who runs into Ben Mackey in midfield as he turns over and looks to play forward. Luke Mobley finds himself in space down this near side. Can he deliver something into the D? Free hit just outside. Again, the East Grinstead faithful in full song as East Grinstead have the ball deep in Exeter's half as they've turned it over, and Ben Fox looks to carry out. Plays the ball forward to Jake Phillips with Louis Ridge, the goal scorer, in space in the D, although carefully watched by Simon Faulkner. Big overhead clearance from Jamie Taylor, mocked up by Simon Faulkner well. Passes it to his brother as Dan just secures possession. East Grinstead moving the ball well at the moment. Space down that far side. Johnny Fleck, a real threat on the ball today as he just secures possession. Exeter again, just looking to be dangerous on that counter-attack after that cheap turnover in midfield. But that particular counter-attack stopped again by Simon Faulkner. As East Grinstead once again build pressure in Exeter's half. Scores are still level here at East Grinstead with 2 minutes left of this third quarter. No real chances this far. Can East Grinstead get one good chance just before the third quarter? Good work down that left-hand side by Ali Cliff, although met by even better defending by Ollie Shelton. A forward for Exeter doing his duties at the back. That is going to be crucial for them this year as they look to once again maintain their position in the top league in English hockey. Good pick up by Finn, and great defence there by Nick Nurse. Ball falls kindly for Exeter as they look to penetrate East Grinstead's defensive D. But again, East Grinstead defence is looking strong. In the final seconds, can East Grinstead get one final ball going forwards? Ali Cliff carries into midfield, plays a searching ball, and both teams are assuming that is the end, and it is. The scores after quarter 3 are still tied at 2-2. After a very exciting first half, that third quarter was a little bit more controlled from both sides. Looked more like a game of chess, them just sussing each other out, probing, but no real chances. It is all to play for in this final quarter. So it is all to play for. East Grinstead, I think, will be relatively pleased with that third quarter. They looked to control the ball a lot, which meant Exeter had to do a lot of off-ball running. This is now the question of whether Exeter's pre-season was successful. Have they got the fitness to keep up that intensity, keep up that threat on the break? Or have East Grinstead got the class to just move this ball around and get those outcomes in that final third? That is surely what the coach, Dave Beckett, will be telling East Grinstead lads at the moment, is getting more ball into the D, winning those short corners, and letting Simon Faulkner have a go at his hat-trick of short corner goals in this last quarter. A crucial 15 minutes in the first game of this year's England Men's Hockey Premier Division. Again, I still feel that there is going to be a winner in this game. Fingers crossed that East Grinstead will come through. My earlier prediction of a 3-1 win has gone out the window. But can we pull through? Surely 3 goals for East Grinstead in this final 15 minutes. I'll take 3-2. Early pressure from Exeter as East Grinstead played down that far side. That looked like good energy from Will Petter, number 12. That question of fitness is definitely been answered on Will's behalf. That was high intensity pressing, which turned the ball over, and Exeter have the ball as they move it into midfield. East Grinstead applying pressure in Exeter's back corner. Paddy Hunter on the ball. But East Grinstead win it over. Free hit. Johnny Fleck looks to go quickly. And wins a free hit just outside the D. And an excellent ball in by Lewis Prosser means that Johnny Fleck wins that short corner. A crucial outcome there. Surely it is the same again as Simon Faulkner Fleck to take the score to 3-2. Come on, East Grinstead. That is a great question raised in the commentary box. Will they go same again, or is that too obvious? I think with his 2 from 2, Simon's got to go again, and he does. This time it's charged down by that number 1 runner from Exeter and watched carefully over the line by the Exeter keeper, George Whiteside. Sorry, Matt Whiteside. Dan Faulkner carries down. Oh. Dan Faulkner carries down well that left-hand baseline. Wins a long corner. Space now on this right-hand side. Ali looks to deliver. Another long corner for East Grinstead. This is good pressure from the boys early on in this final quarter. Umpire just reminding the boys a little bit too much contact, I think, in that D. As this game goes on, it is going to get more and more feisty as these players are fighting for every point they can. It is all up for grabs. Scores are tied 2-2 as East Grinstead again are building this pressure, carrying on from their good possession stats in the third quarter. Good turn from Sam. Great skill and a amazing goal line clearance from Ben Fox. Luke Mobley holds his head in his hands. He knows how close that was. This is looking really good from East Grinstead as Simon puts in a great ball. But it misses everything, and it is Exeter 16 as they look to breathe a sigh of relief. A great start to this last quarter from East Grinstead. Good carry there from Jonathan Fleck along that baseline. And seen off well by Jamie Taylor. Lewis Prosser on the ball, long corner. You can see East Grinstead are trying to get more outcomes in that final third, trying to put the ball in, testing that tired Exeter defence, who are standing strong at the moment. Lewis Prosser turns the ball over high up the pitch, but Exeter then retain it. As Jacob Payton, their captain, plays a wonder ball through to Seb Ansley, but it is equally met by Richard Curtis. A great saving goal. That is the danger of Exeter. Very quick on the break, very direct. After a good 3 minutes of pressure from East Grinstead, Exeter then get that good chance. Well saved by Richard Curtis. Scores are still 2-2. It is Exeter's turn now to pile on the pressure. With just over 10 minutes left in this game, scores are still 2-2. Is there going to be a winner? Great defending there from Mike Wood as he steps in front. Overhead there, deemed dangerous. Exeter player was too close. Paddy Hunter looks to take it quickly, but gets called back. Great stint there by Lewis Prosser, winning that short corner for East Grinstead as Rostock comes on. Stick tackle in midfield there. East Grinstead faithfuls are calling for blood. I'm not sure I think that would have been a bit too harsh. And by Campbell Riemann, I think making the right decision there. I think I've been very impressed with both umpires today. They've controlled the game well. However, in these final 9 minutes, the game is going to get more and more feisty. So I can see they're going to have a lot more decisions to make in this final couple of minutes. As emotions rise and Exeter look to come forwards. Ollie Shelton there recognising numbers well and just looking to retain the ball. As EG turn the ball over. I think that is something that I've noticed about this Exeter Uni side. Whilst they are very good on that counter-attack, they are recognising when is the right time to go and when is the right time just to retain the ball, which means they're looking like a very well-balanced side this year. It's not just university hockey where it is all go, go, go. They're looking like they've got good heads on their shoulders. Which will serve them well this campaign. As East Grinstead have the ball in the Exeter half and look to build that pressure. Can those Exeter heads stay cool under this pressure in the last 7 minutes? East Grinstead moving the ball really nicely at the moment. The searching ball is cut out by Nick Nurse. Louis Ridge showing his pace down this near side. Looking very dangerous on the ball today. Great defending there by Keith. As Exeter win themselves a free hit. That fitness question is being answered there by Exeter. They're looking fit, they're looking fast. Again, I feel like there is a goal in this contest. Can East Grinstead put this pressure into something, turn it into a goal? Or can Exeter sneak a counter-attacking goal in the dying minutes? A big challenge there by Jamie Taylor on none other than his brother, Charlie Taylor. I told you to look out for that at the start of the game. That is the younger brother trying to get one up on the older brother, but ending up on a 10-minute card at the end of this game. That could be crucial. Charlie Taylor himself flicks from the top. Could he, in fact, convert this chance that he has created into a goal? That is going to be an awkward family roast later today. I'd pay a lot of money to sit at that table. Though Charlie Taylor is not lining up at the top, it is Simon Faulkner or Ben Mackey. I feel like this could be crucial. Come on, EG. Simon Faulkner again, flicks low and hard, and a great save off the line by Seb Ansley. Simon Faulkner completely keeping that completely beating that keeper there. But Seb Ansley, a last-ditch save on that line. It's a very well-aimed flick from Simon Faulkner. The only thing, if I was being picky, if it just had a little bobble on. It was low, flat and hard, but it was completely flat along the deck. A little bobble makes that so hard for Seb Ansley on the corner there. As there is another short corner, Ben Mackey driving into the D, and a big foul from Exeter leads to another corner. Yet another chance. Will the call be the same? Simon Faulkner looking for his hat-trick, and East Grinstead looking for the winner. Scores are still tied 2-2. I think we're now going to run a routine. I think it'll either be Ben Mackey from the right, or it'll go out to Simon Faulkner, and then maybe a slip left. Watch closely. Our physio crash card watch. Yet another flick from the top completes a hat-trick for Simon Faulkner, and a hat-trick of goals for East Grinstead. Scores are now 3-2. Well, I'm happy to eat my words on that one. That was a superb flick from Simon Faulkner. 3 goals for him on his return to play. Absolutely great to see, as the East Grinstead faithful are in high song. Last 3 minutes and 30 seconds now. Can East Grinstead hold on? Exeter are going to be throwing everything at this last couple of minutes. East Grinstead now need to use their heads, use every nout. Oh, a correction there. 4 minutes 30 left. These 4 minutes 30 are going to feel quite long if you're an East Grinstead fan. Johnny Fleck controlling the ball well. Good overhead there by Ollie Drummond, cut out by Mike Wood. Does well not to hit the ball away there, Mike Wood. Looked tempted. Exeter doing well there, controlling this ball. They are just going to need to be patient. Can they unlock this East Grinstead defence? As Charlie Taylor carries forwards, connects with Tom Crowson. Is that a corner? No, play on, says the ref. Great save from Matthew Whiteside, the keeper, from a very good backhand shot from Tom Crowson. Ben Fox looks to go quickly, realises he has the numbers forwards, but Dan Faulkner gets under that overhead very well. This will be interesting now to see how both teams play. Exeter's main threat has been on the counter-attack today, but with East Grinstead just looking to control the ball, will they play a little bit more reserved just to shore up that counter-attack from a dangerous Exeter side? Exeter playing well out the back. Good skills there in the middle from Lewis Wiltshire. Good pace here from Jacob Payton as he carries forwards. And a good tackle from Dan Faulkner as he looks to carry out. EG just have to be careful. As soon as they're winning the ball, they're looking to play forward early and quickly. Maybe not the best call at this stage in the game. They just need to keep hold of the ball, as Exeter are doing at the moment in East Grinstead's half. Dave Beckett ordering his players around. East Grinstead just taking their time over this free hit. 45 seconds left. Can they keep hold of the ball? Simon Faulkner plays it forwards. A long overhead.
Shame you can't throw a slow area.
Exeter playing direct now in the dying seconds of the game. Woody wins the ball back as Tom Crowson carries forwards. And that is the final whistle. A superb win in the first game of the season for East Grinstead. Exeter University played incredibly well, looked very dangerous, but with a hat-trick of penalty corner goals from Simon Faulkner, the score ends at 3-2. Come on, EG. And thank you for tuning in to East Grinstead Hockey Club TV. We will be bringing you a live stream game of every home game this season for both the men's and women's side in their bid for the England Hockey Premier League title. A great start for both the men's and women's sides, as yesterday East Grinstead ladies beat the University of Birmingham 2-1 with a final minute goal. And an equally close encounter today saw East Grinstead men come out on top against the University of Exeter men 3-2. A great game and superb goals from Simon Faulkner as they thank the East Grinstead faithful for their support. And we thank you for your support and tuning in. See you next week.